an easy fight. I think between these two teams, if we don't see those 15-star wars, they could be in some big trouble here today.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what they're going for. They got to go out. They got to take the risks. This is the lower bracket. You lose this match now, you are eliminated from the tournament, from the competition, and they will not have a chance at that prize pool. So that is what's on the line right here. You lose and you take home nothing. You win and you are guaranteed at least taking home some money here today of what? Third place, $5,000. Second place, $10,000. And first place, $15,000 here in the Clash of Clans World warm-ups. But starting off with that Queen Charge Lalo, Leo wanting to get some beautiful value for his Queen, potentially pathing her way to the left side of this base. Not necessarily going for the Town Hall just yet.
No, he can clear out a nice path, wrap his way around it. We've got the wall break already opening up to just ease some of that course, and we've even got a nice ease coming into that scatter shot, which I'll be curious to see if the king can drop in to keep the queen back on course working through, because we of course have the opening into the single in the core of the base here as well.
Yeah, with that wall break, allows the queen to step in to grab the Expo, the Wizard Tower, and some nice value in towards this Queen Charge, and drop in an additional balloon to try to protect these healers. And Wizard Tower should go down and reroute this balloon, yes, to the double Archer Tower, and take out the regular Archer Tower to help force this queen to go in towards the scatter shot. Just incredible pathing, incredible funneling to get that queen in towards this compartment.
A very nice opening coming in. So the queen's on her way, needs to keep an eye on her ability. We've got the Seeking Gobs coming down, trying to help the king stay a little bit more on course defensively, just to keep him focused going into that multi-queen section. We've got the opening in the base to connect that as well, and still one additional wall break to path this queen around this. So let's see where we can go as the Royal Champ sneaks her way in. That's also going to help cut the course and shape the way for the queen to work towards that Town Hall position.
Yeah, look how he drops this jump spell so that the queen is forced to go for the single target inferno and the Town Hall. So this is beautiful planning and pathing for this queen. Just amazing that he's getting all this value, now charging his way into the king, slowing him down, but the rage is down to keep that queen up. The Town Hall is activated. The queen's taking a lot of damage, but he's now locking onto the Town Hall, should be able to secure that. The Royal Champion has ability, and she's even going to take out the core scatter shot here.
Wow, this Royal Champ helping to cut the pass here, even distracting the defending Royal Champion, giving those Headhunters a little more opportunity to sneak in through the Warden ability. Stone Slammer, all the loons cut through the Eternal Tome here, sailing through the back end. And while the Queen may die out here in the Poison Bomb, he's got the power out of the loons and the Drag Rider coming out to make his way through. But it's the ability that carries that queen through the back end. Leo, 20 seconds left to go, and he's got the 3-star start to get Space Station Gaming in this match.
What an incredible queen charge through that base, and use that jump spell to perfection to force her into the single, to grab the Town Hall, and then secure that 3-star. Just broke that base down bit by bit, including that funneling. How to get that queen towards that scatter shot, and that's why he has open compartments in the wall on the defender side, is to make it so that if you try to wall break those compartments, the wall breakers will go around and make it really difficult for the queen to actually walk into there. And he made that look very easy.
He really did. Just absolutely sectioned off each portion of that base to perfection. But Maturo now in the position to respond with a 3-star. They do not want to be set back here with a 2-star start, seeing the power that Leo is bringing today. Also coming in with the Queen Charge Lalo. We know these teams for these kind of attacks, which is not an easy attack to do, which shows their skill, and that is what we have to most appreciate about it. So already shaping up the course here for this queen. We do have the jump to help connect her a little bit deeper inside the base.
Yeah, queen grabbing this multi, does have the jump spell to try to get more, but look at this, double skeletons coming out, and you're going to slow this queen down, forced to use that rage spell onto the queen, but she's nice and healthy. No worries here. And they continue her path in to take out the enemy royal champion.
So as she makes her way on, can take on that royal champion, the scatter shot, and reach the air sweepers here as well. We still have the king available to try and work through some of the outside edge of the base. It would be really nice to see getting into the eagle, but we can already see more of that L-shaped pathing working together. But what I do notice is that we've got the town hall up that we're going to have to worry about, and this might be left to the back end to go through.
Yeah, he had to use that freeze out of the super minion. Is going to cause way too many problems keeping that queen alive. King's ability goes off. He's going to make his way in towards the enemy queen. Bomb tower loses a bunch of the barbarians, but the enemy queen goes down. No, the enemy queen just stays up. And out comes Yetis from the Stone Slammer, and now he's going to Lalo over the town hall.
Wow, great use of the Stone Slammer, taking on the Eagle compartment. Less worry here. Going to take the pressure off the Lalo, take the pressure off the Queen, even uses the invisibility spell to try and carry her through, but that multi threatening to knock her down. She's able to force the ability, which will carry her on, but can she get through? Take on that multi. Loon struggling to get through the town hall through that tornado trap, and it was an early ability coming in, which means he's going to lose all these loons through the poison bomb.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. Sending the loons straight into the town hall, and down they go. But he has the Royal Champion trying to maybe secure it. The Warden doing a little bit of... Wait, the Owl is actually tanking the single target in front of Warden. Gets it. No, Warden is knocking a final shot off with 26 seconds left. The Royal Champion is going to come down to her and the Lassie. Lassie get in front of the Royal Champion. Which one gets hit? I think the RC gets locked down too, and the single target inferno goes down.
Sneaky Goblin comes in for the storages, and that's what remains here, but there's still the gold storage to get to. 11 seconds left. Is there going to be enough time? Royal Champ sneaking out the minions. And it's the 3-star for Maturo. Oh my goodness, Carbon. That could not have come any more clutch for Tompinai.
Incredible. The Sneaky Goblin helped really take those storages down fast. And even as the Lalo went over the town hall, we thought it was all gone after that, losing that momentum push through it. But Maturo stuck to it and still was able to get that 3-star.
That is absolutely incredible. We talk about buzzer beaters, and that was really one of those, but it relied solely so much, not really just on luck, but the way he was playing his cards with that one. But very fortunate to have those healers help carry that Royal Champ through it and get that final single down. Oh my goodness. This is off to an incredible start. If you guys wanted a good match, you've got it here now.
Absolutely. This is where they are fighting for everything. Because if you lose, you are eliminated from the competition. You are taking home none of the prize pool. And they're trying to take on Vitang, who is waiting for them. And this is all still the lower bracket. If you're just joining, the team that's waiting in the upper bracket grand finals is none other than Queen Walker Stephanie. And we have Bernal now trying to answer for Space Station. And the healers are getting hit by the Tesla, so he decides to drop a balloon onto the Rage. But notice the Queen ability is still intact. It looks like this Tesla farm was going to cause a lot of issues, or at least that's what Rigators wanted to try. And Bernal is reacting perfectly here, keeping that Queen going, and no worries here in terms of her ability.
Yeah, I wonder if they've learned their lesson about how sneaky Rigo Torres can be with his base building and trap placement. We do have the opening for the Queen to work through. Coco Loons also picking up those traps, soaking them up so the healers stay nice and safe, and has to keep these surrounding the base. But we've only got about 17 loons left and might need to invest a little bit more. So this means this is going to be a pretty big charge with the heroes coming in and the loons taking on a smaller portion of the base. So as the Queen powers her way through, we've got her coming into the multi-section. Absolutely perfect position. And the King going for the Eagle. These are the heavy-hitting items that we really want to focus on taking down with these Lalos. Multi's obviously spreading those beams across the loons, taking that down, eliminates a huge threat, especially in the damage zone. And while the Queen continues to carry on, we start the Lalo with the limitation of loons. This is actually going to help carry her, taking off some of the heat of the defenses surrounding her. Royal Champ trying to sneak her way in to get to the scatter shot. There is an invisibility spell, but doesn't drop it down quick enough to actually get to it. So we'll see what this Stone Slimer can do. Coming in for the Town Hall, opening up. Warden reserving this ability here, and the Rage all to carry everything out of that poison bomb so we don't lose all the loons. Haste is going to sweep these loons through while they're in the Eternal Tome. Carry on, get to the scatter shot, and surround the defenses here, Carbon.
Yeah, with those balloons, look at what Bernal is doing. Just the minions all up and around, and it is indeed an answer. He's giving the thumbs up. A beautiful job, and even swagging the invisibility spell as well.
Oh, and I'm noticing, I don't think I ever realized this, that Bernal is a phone attacker. He is doing these massive powerhouse plays on a phone and coming through, dominating. Beautiful start and a beautiful finish with the Queen actually still surviving through that as well.
It was incredible just how Bernal can just control everything in the raid, stay focused, and get the triple. We're looking at the bottom here. 6 stars to Space Station, 3 here for Tompinai, but they have an extra attack to do. So at this point, neither one of them have failed, and they have to keep that pace up here at this stage of the competition as they are battling it out, as they're trying to advance here in the lower bracket and at least take their share of the prize pool. But we've been seeing some incredible attacks. The Lalo has been strong here today and throughout this World's warm-ups. Again, we haven't seen much ground in terms of any smash styles. There's been a lot of Inferno Dragons, it's been Super Dragons, and a lot of Queen charges as well.
Yeah, it has been. And I know that there's a lot of fans of the ground style attacks that we're not seeing quite as much of, but that also plays really into what we get to see in the matchups, how well these teams can try and counter each other because they have the similar style approaches in which they go about, which is making these so very exciting. But we'll see if either of these teams decide to turn it around somehow. Mualyn coming in, though, with the Zap Quake, or actually just the Zap to take on, looks like the Air Sweeper, to start the direction and pathing for his Lalo.
Yeah, with that funneling, should force this king into this bottom section and be able to take out Scatter and the enemy queen. But do we have a Tesla farm down here waiting for him? Doesn't look like just yet. He's getting some nice value. Skeleton providing that distraction. We got a ground skeleton. A giant bomb pops, and wow, gonna able to take down this whole bottom side. But the queen, where are you going? Weren't you supposed to make your way to the town hall? Oh, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, Royal Champ going to have to sacrifice come in for this one. We do have the invisibility. Might need to use the Rage of Freezes all to come in and taking on heat from the ground bow as she makes her approach through. So we are going to lose a lot of spell support on this one for any potential push for the Lalo here. We do have the haste, of course, to help. But launches that Seeking Shield, needs to make some contact. We have nothing to actually... There we go. There's the activation coming in. Drops the invisibility to try and keep her alive, but she's still focused on the Expo and dies out.
Yeah, she dies out, and that builder is going to repair that Air Expo as well. And now he's sending the Flame Flinger to help take this Town Hall down at this point. And I mean, hey, he's reacting beautifully, to be honest here, on the fly, switching up to the Flame Flinger. That's why you want to bring a handful of Siege Machines in your raids. And now the Lalo's coming in with that haste spell over the Eagle, pops the Warden ability. This Queen and her ability can take out the single and continue through the core and grab actually some incredible value here.
Okay, so this is taking a complete different turn than Mualyn had hoped for. And still able to completely adapt on the fly with this. The Lalo pathing, exceptional. Still able to haste these learn through all the back end splash. And let's see what we have coming out of this Flame Flinger that took on the Town Hall. We might not even get to see what's coming out of it because the Lalo has crushed this base.
That was wild. Mualyn, you were funneling it to try to get the Queen to go for the Town Hall, but your queen said, you know, no thank you, Mualyn. I want to make this a little bit more difficult for you here. And she goes the wrong way, and he doesn't sweat. Switches up to the flame flinger and made it look like that was the original plan, at least. But that was so well done that I just in shock of how overpowering that attack was when the queen walks the wrong way.
Like, we are not worthy. We are definitely not worthy for that. Mualyn is my hero at this point. I don't think I have ever seen a clutch move better than that in this game. So absolutely phenomenal. And what this really says is these teams are fighting hard to get their share of that $30,000 prize. They are not pulling back any stops at this point.
Not at all, because now we have the next attacker for Space Station. We're having 3 stars every single attack so far in this war. If you were wanting a great one, and this is it. I mean, that's what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to either a perfect or a 14-star. And maybe if you fail, it has to be a 99% fail at that, at how these players are attacking. Marnell is coming in with the Super Dragons, and he's been doing a lot of dragon attacks lately because Marnell's one of the best Lalo attackers in the world, but over the last few years. But I've been noticing he's coming in more with the Inferno Dragons, Super Dragons, really switching it up here.
Absolutely. Definitely seeing some different sides from these teams. The Flame Flinger combination is something that I'm liking to see more of, especially because of the risk factor we have using that Zapquake combination to take care of the back end of that Town Hall, securing a much more easy pass for this. But we're going to see a lot of power coming out of these Super Drags by eliminating that Poison Bomb here as well.
With that Flame Flinger slowly taking its time for this Town Hall. We have the mortar off to the left side of it, and the Super Dragon is finally now coming down, and here's the rest of them off to the right side. And we're going to freeze up this air defense right on the outside of the space, moving in with the Wooden, and still has yet to drop the King and Queen. Probably going to want to drop them to go into the Eagle Artillery, but waiting and being patient, taking his time through this section.
Yeah, a little bit of patience coming through this. What we really need is that power lung to keep them working through. King and Queen not yet on the board, but can save their power for that back end. And considering we do have the scatter shot to worry about, I would just want to see them coming in for this Eagle position and helping navigate through the core of the base. But he's got a huge wide spread. And of course, we still have the troops to come out of the Siege Barracks, actually coming out right now with the Loons and the Drag Rider.
Yeah, they're going to be making their way to the top side of this base as some of these Super Dragons split off to the Sweeper, pulling a Seeking Air Mine there, unfortunately. But we still have the Royal Champion yet to deploy, and this is looking really good, including that King ability as he's going to make his way and path towards that Tesla Farm next to the Scatter Shot.
Yeah, Royal Champ just easing her path in. We still have the King ability to barrel through, help take on the defensive front line, giving the Queen power through her ability, and that one Super Drag still hanging in there. Low health, but taking care of the cleanup. Time is certainly not an issue, and neither is power in this one. Marnell keeping the 3-star streak going for these teams. I mean, no one is backing down quite yet, Carbon.
No, they are not. They are just having punch after punch of 3 stars coming in this war. It's incredible. Neither one of them wants to fail, and they are just showing the strength. And man, we saw Space Station's defenses yesterday really shine in terms of what they were able to help take those teams down. But it's just, at this point, you can't fail. Because if you do, you are at a huge risk of being eliminated.
Yeah, both of these teams shining defensively, and neither can seem to catch a break. And I don't know that this will carry through completely. Surely we'll see one small hiccup that cannot be changed, but it has been impressive the way each of these players have been able to adapt so far.
Yeah, it's been very impressive. And at this stage of the competition, it really seems like I don't feel like any base can defend. It really comes down to the attackers if they make that small mental mistake. They make the small little error in true placement, and that's is what's gonna cause the fail. Not necessarily because it was a crazy base design, but I mean, I say that now, and then we see Queen Walker Stephanie's bases just throwing all the teams for a loop. Especially sometimes they run what they've been running today with those Inferno Towers kind of at an angle, or sometimes they run anti-twos with the tunnel in the core. You just never know what they're going to throw at you. But Tano is saying, I'm going to be able to take this down with the Zap Lalo, with the lightning to help take down the Inferno Tower behind the Town Hall, and eventually potentially make that queen to grab that value. But let's see how he wants to set this up first.
Yeah, so King starting to take the lead coming in for that scatter shot position. We can already see the funnel setting in place. Again, the use of these Skelly spells. These help really work through heavy defensive areas where we have heroes, scatter shots, a lot of damage coming in to ensure that the King has the power to actually clear out the entire compartment. Royal Champ's going to set across to work her way through. We will get the CC lure, and this should give the Queen the opportunity and time to start working along, take down those CC troops, and make her way in easily to the Town Hall section.
Yeah, that right side going down. The Royal Champion still has her ability, but look at this Air Expo going down as well. Now the Queen should be able to path her way to this Town Hall. The RC ability is going to be forced after the Tesla. Not just yet. Mini can get a little bit more value, and there it is. Onto the cannon, air defense, and the Tesla on the left. Going to help force this Queen to the Town Hall.
Yeah, Royal Champ doing some nice cover work here, actually pulling the Skellies, and the Queen's going to be in a good position to take them on, even though she's taking on some damage from that ground bow, able to still reserve that ability, carry through, and has a freeze to help work her way through if need be. But her ability more than enough to carry, and that means we can hold the freezes for the Lalo portion, and going to be needed since we have two multis and the scatter shot to still worry about.
Yeah, and this Lalo is now continuing its way through the Eagle. The Warden's coming off to the left. The Lava Hound did eventually make its way over to that Queen, but the Queen has secured that value of the Town Hall going down, with that Stone Slammer pulling some red air bombs and a Seeking Air Mine trying to haste his way to the scatter shot and the enemy Royal Champion. He's got a ton of balloons still left in this raid. It's looking absolutely incredible. But I wanted to just highlight one of the parts of this raid that what many viewers might not have noticed was when he was dealing with the Lava Hound, the Queen was slowly making her way to the Town Hall. He was slowly dropping a few archers one at a time on the right side, so the Lava Hound did not path to the Queen and stop her from taking out that Town Hall in terms of stalling her up. So that's something that went unnoticed really but that's what Tano was able to do, and he got a perfect triple right there.
Absolutely beautiful. These guys are really just throwing everything at it. And you see the precision and the timing too. Like, even though we've had a few recoveries coming in, just exceptional Lalo skills, the timing of that Warden ability, the freeze for the back end, the positions of the haste to carry those loons through, coming in from all different angles to meet together, overwhelming those heavier hitting items that you do typically worry about. So beautiful job here from Tano. And again, we're still in this position 9-9. Neither of these teams backing down here.
That's incredible. They are just having 3 stars after 3 stars. No base can defend in this matchup. It's incredible between them trying to fight their way to take on Vitang. Because you lose, you are eliminated, as this is the lower bracket of the very last day of the World's Warmest, which means that we are going to be crowning a champion. First place, who we have is Queen Walker Stephanie waiting in the wings in the grand finals between the teams that are now trying to make it there. But this next attack, we have 3 stars across the board between Tompinai and Spacestation. And the next attacker is Celino of Spacestation with that Queen, a charged Lalo, mixing in that one bowler as well to potentially be used for a little bit of funneling and get some skip value, but sending that Queen in from the opposite side of this Town Hall.
And so working the Queen here, we're going to start shaping our way. We've got the Sneaky Gob to ensure that she gets her course moving down, but we've got a lot of wall breakers here. 4 total super wall breakers to come in, start sectioning this off, get the king in from one end, get the queen in from another, and start powering our way through into this nice big open compartment here to section off what the Lalo is going to need. And again, we're seeing not a crazy amount of loons coming in. So when we see this, we know that the heroes are going to be providing a lot of the force coming into it. May even see the Warden coming in, as I notice we have the log launcher to start opening up a little bit more path as well.
Yeah, this queen grabbing some fantastic value so far, but the Warden is down with the king and the royal champion. Everything's down, so he's taking a full-on risk. Log launchers coming in from the top side at 12 to open up all the way to the core towards that single-star Inferno. And what is going to be used to help secure the town hall? Is it going to be 5 sneakies and the visibility spell there?
Yeah, this is going to help power moving along. I'm assuming we'll see some Yetis coming out. Often when we get this push coming in, the Yetis can really help take on a lot of the centralized infernos within the base, helping to power the heroes along. This is a smart approach coming in because the whole core is open for the heroes to wrap their way around. And look at those Yetis just make their way through the multis, the singles, and the town hall is all down and secure. It's about taking on the surrounding defenses. We still have the Lalo to bring in here for the backside.
Yeah, the Lalo, though, will not have the assistance of the Grand Warden as he's going to make his way through with only a minute left in the raid. The Queen's going through, but look at this. There is the opening to the backside, so the Queen can get a lot of access here with that Queen ability.
Wow.
The balloons are being trickled in, and it's looking good. Oh, the red air bombs all through there, pulling those traps.
That Hound, OP, getting those traps set up and in place. And the loons can carry this along. Celino coming in with just the right option. Final freeze down to ensure we have the overwhelming sweep through of a 3-star, keeping Space Station Gaming going perfect. We said it, Carbon. If you wanted to go up against Queen Walkers in the grand finals, show any opportunity to do it, you got to start throwing down those perfect wars, and both of these teams are edging ever so close to that.
Indeed. And if it comes down to a perfect war, then the final tiebreaker is the average attack duration of whichever team has been faster at getting the 3 stars. And so that's where you have to start to think about who's been coming in with faster attacks. Which team has been coming in with those dragon really quick. Even E-dragons, you know, are super quick, but we haven't seen them in this war. And we've seen the super dragons, but Mass Inferno dragons are also pretty quick. So these final set of attacks, they might actually have to change their attack strategy if they are down on that average attack duration, because they'll have to bring that back in order to even have a chance at that point.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one to work up against. And you know, they still have the hurdle of getting through Vatang after this, but the biggest thing for these two teams is to get their spot in for the prize. To go this far, to fight so hard and not quite make it, is going to be a really tough blow. But this is why we are seeing them fighting as hard as they are. It is mammoth now to try and keep VN Tompinai in it. Space Station has not backed down, and we've got some more Queen Charge Lalo action in the mix here. I expect this is primarily what we are going to see from these teams.
Yep, that's what we're going to see. Just back and forth, coming in with beautiful Queen Charges. And look at the invisibility spell to be able to force that Queen to go into the Eagle and not path her way over to the Tesla. Beautiful job there. And now the Eagle will be going down to this Queen, taking that down without even activating. But we have to keep our eye onto the CC coming out to deal with that Queen. Taking some damage, but the Queen is looking healthy and safe so far.
She definitely is able to ease through taking on that Hound Royal Champ. little distracted here by the Skellies, but the Queen is actually taking on the heat from the Expo, King taking on the heat from the cannon, so she was in a perfect position to take that on and carry her way through the core to really help clean this out. Beautiful position for the Queen with the jump to get to the multi, defending Royal Champion. Going to get a little bit hung up by the King here, but the Royal Champ actually has a nice opportunity to set her way in, and all air sweepers are down now. Just wants that scatter shot down. That would be huge.
Oh, no.
Ugh.
The Queen.
But Stone Slammer should adjust. Ooh.
The Queen going down. She could have got the enemy Royal Champion, the enemy Queen potentially if she kept going left. But now it's a matter of trying to help and take the rest of this base down. He needs the triple at this point because this is going to be a huge blow to them if it's not a 3-star. Because notice, the Town Hall is still up on the top side. The Rage is down, Warden ability goes off, but we don't have any Headhunters to go in for the Queen or Royal Champion.
Yeah, there was only one there to try and work through for those two heroes, and all the traps coming out. Tornado trap holding those loons through, keeping them hostage, and not enough support. You can see the despair. He knows that he has now put the team at big jeopardy unless they are able to come in with a defense. But percent-wise, this is going to wind up landing much, much lower than Tompinai would have hoped for. Minions in for some of the cleanup with 31 seconds left, but there's still a lot of surrounding defense, so he won't be able to get this too much higher.
Yeah, that's going to be a really bad position right here for Tompinai, meaning that Space Station, all they have to do in their final attack is get basically a 78% 2-star unless this gets the Dark Elixir storage, which it looks like it will. So a 79% 2-star for Space Station in their final hit will be the victory for them to advance in the lower bracket and eliminate Tompinai from the competition. And Tompinai was the first team to qualify as the number 1. They won the very first qualifiers, and they unfortunately look like they are almost going home if it is a 79% 2-star there.
Yeah, this is a tough one for them right there towards the tail end of this raid. It does put Space Station Gaming in a very good position with limited pressure because we've seen the adaptation for a lot of these players, and to try and adjust for just around an 80% mark is going to be quite, I would say, an easy task unless Tompinai has one final trick up their sleeves. And we did see it yesterday. We did see that nice big trick from Rigo Torres, but I don't know if it'll be enough. We'll have to patiently wait and see.
And we're seeing P-Castro coming in for that potential victory. Remember, 79, and that locks it up. He's going for the 3-star, though, with that King off towards the Town Hall. Going to path his way in. We got 2 ground expos that are going to do quite a bit of damage, but luckily the King and Ice Golem are going to provide that tanking. Out comes the CC of Goblins, Archers, and the Lava Hound. The Queen, will she be going? Oh, there's the freeze down to the single to be sure that the King continues to tank and protect his Queen so she can step in for the Town Hall.
And gives her a nice opportunity to get in, take this on. Still has to get through the storage as Unicorn taking on the heat actually from the Expo. But that gives the power of the Queen to use that ability, get through the Town Hall just in time, and ensure that it gets taken down. Hound going to be pulled by the Royal Champion, but she is clearing a nice path here to move in. So this has started off reasonably well for P-Castro.
Yeah, the Lava Hound is going to path its way over to the Archer in the right, on the right side, with the Lalo now coming down to the top side. With that Town Hall going down, now it's just a percentage game of what P-Castro is looking to do. Pathing his way over to the Eagle Artillery to grab this valley, and he's going to send the Blimp to go and cut across towards the multi in the middle of this base.
I love this. This is something that we don't often get to see these days, but when it comes in, absolutely beautiful. Question is, we're going to have Yetis to come in to help work this down. We've got the Rage down, and yes, indeed, it is the Yetis to clear out the defenses in the core of the base. When you have those Inferno combinations, this is such a nice way to work your way around. Also distracting the Queen, giving the Loons ample opportunity to work through the outside edges of those defenses.
Yeah, and the balloons coming around, but that Queen is just barely up The Warden just hit it, or the Owl just chained onto the Queen. Owl, take that Queen. Yes! There it is. The Owl takes it down, but the percentage here is slowly racking up. The minion's getting it, and he's going to approach into the 80s, and that is what he needed to do. And there is the victory for Space Station. GG, well done to them. We do have one final attack coming in from Rigators of Tompinai, but it was the attack of Mammoth of Hawk that was unfortunately not able to get the higher percentage, and it let P-Castro come away and get this victory for Space Station. Great job. And they will be taking on Vatang. We still have probably another beautiful Lalo attack to come in from the Lalo master himself, Rigatores.
You know what I would like to see, though, coming from Rigo Torres? Because he's not just a Lalo master. He has shown us to be a Hog master as well, because he is very versatile with his queen charges. So maybe he can finish off the day for us with something a little bit different. But P-Castro, of course, coming in, leading his team to victory in this lower bracket match, which means they will face off against Vatang here. That 92%, more than enough to secure their victory.
Indeed. It's beautiful attacks. And this war was just going back and forth. And that's what we were thinking. Like, at this rate, it was going to be potentially perfect war, because it was just non-stop 3 stars. It was a beautiful job. But Tompinai, very nice effort there of trying to make it. But hey, we'll still see one more attack from Rigatores. He's been doing a fantastic job, including yesterday, where his defense really shined as well. But here it is. Rigatores coming in with that Queen Charge Lalo as well.
So more Queen Charge Lalo to finish off the day here. We've got the push coming in right from the outside edge of the scatter shot. Sneaky Gob already sectioning off the path to force her in and along with that opening. And 2 more additional wall breaks can connect her, weaving in and out, all the way up to the town hall potentially here.
Yeah, with the Lava Hound now coming out, the Rage is down to keep that Queen up and nice and healthy. Headhunters and Ground Skeletons pathing their way over to the Queen. Poison's down and should be able to make easy work of this clan castle.
Absolutely, making nice work, moving along, taking a little bit of time and patience, but we've got the king already set on course to ensure that she does not go off path. We have seen this from time to time. These queens not doing what you expect them to do, but not going to happen for Rigo this time, and working his way to take on that defending royal champ.
Yeah, that Queen pathing away to the top side, while the King's ability goes off to the bottom, down into the multi. And notice the Town Hall is to the top side of this base. So he's going to just try to path his Queen up there. But let's see, this is taking quite a bit of time. Maybe send the Royal Champion into the Eagle Artillery to get that value. That would be fantastic. But the Teslas do pop to the top side, which can be an issue for the Queen pathing into the Town Hall up there.
Yeah, so we've got beautiful position coming in, and this is making... Ooh, she's taking a little bit of a V-line here. She's going for the wall, her favorite target, and not going for that town hall with the beautiful openings that she could have done. Royal Champ trying to take care of those defenses, might need to clutch this up, but with the defending BK, this ain't gonna happen. He's going to have to readjust for this. We've got the Stone Slammer, might need to Lalo into this. He's going to have to take a little bit of time. We know this is not for the win, but I'm sure he still wants to finish off strong here.
He does indeed, as the Queen is pathing her way into the single. Makes her invisible. She can actually reach that town hall as she walks up to the top side. This Stone Slammer taking out the Eagle slowly, taking quite a bit of time. Headhunter joins in to help assist this Queen, but now there's a Lalo with the Grand Warning. He only has 1 haste spell to use. Balloons are pathing their way around, trying to take out the scatter. The multi, the Queen is going to eventually lock out of the town, has her ability, but the problem is, Lady B, only 20 seconds left in the raid.
Yeah, we've seen under-minute Lalos, but a 35-second Lalo is virtually impossible. He was able to spare this from being the 1 star, and it is essentially just a time fail at that. considering the Queen went a bit off course. Still a beautiful recovery from Rigo Torres, showcasing his power. And we've got to give some love to Tompinai, though they will not be able to advance on. They have had a beautiful performance in the running.
Yeah, beautiful job. But unfortunately, we talk about it all the time. 14 stars is the victory for Space Station, and they will be advancing to take on Vatang. This is the lower bracket, so you lose any of these matches, you are out, which means that Tompinai are out of the competition.